Hello everyone, this is the Loco Possum, and welcome to The Workshops, where I will go over the building process of my models. So anyway, hope you enjoy. Dante has been one of my prized possessions since creation. At first, he was a simple edit from a random PNG I found online, and soon, since I started collecting model railways, became his own model. He was made out of a Chivers Fine Lines freelance Bagnall kit, using the rounded tanks and closed-off cab. His building process wasn't anything to write home about, apart from the fact that for some reason the kit wasn't built correctly, if that's the right way to explain it. Because every time I built the model before painting, the tanks and cab separated from each other. Like, I could exist, turn away for a little bit, and like magic, the body would just disintegrate and fall apart. It was really annoying and stressful. If I have a photo of what the reaction would have been, there it is. Other than that, I would say Dante was behaving himself when being constructed. Paint-wise, I actually didn't have a livery in mind because the edit had a more purple shade. I think because of the software that I used, it didn't like the colour blue. So I've sort of inspired his design off Flashing Sapphires, which was a darkish blue livery with black borders and white lining. I wasn't expecting this livery to stick around for long because Sapphire's livery was because he was blue and it was a sapphire looking shade. But it slowly just kind of delved into being the main livery for the railway that Dante lives on, the Harbourport Railway. I might go into detail with that some other video, but at the moment, that's all you should know. At first, Dante was complete. I had no problems with him. He was behaving himself until, for some reason, the chassis he uses, the cuckoo from, I can't pronounce it, so there's another PNG that I should look up, sort of decided to give up on me. At first, me and a few friends thought it was the motor, because that used to happen on one of my other models, but it turns out it was a pickup issue, where for some reason the front pickups rode way too high because of the way it was built, and I think shipped over because I bought it from a friend of mine and I think must have banged around in the post. But Dante just stopped working. He worked for a bit and then he just started spluttering and probably wanting to give up on life. So, came in clutch was Ryan from Numpty Poodis 8012, as he was making his own railway layout, the Nettle Garden Railway, and hit a deal with me that he can use Dante to get his line up and running if I send him over to be fixed. So of course, I sent him over. Whilst there, Dante actually behaved himself and got a little treat, being a temporary boiler and pistons being made out of card, because I think Ryan was just slightly annoyed with the fact the kit didn't come with a boiler, and honestly I was too. But aside from that, Dante actually behaved himself and was pretty beloved by all the Nettle Garden engines, especially their own Bagnall locomotives. Eleanor and Bitsy, I think their names were. Ryan, please don't kill me. When he got home, the nameplates I ordered from Narrow Planet arrived, and after a few months of being in unbranded limbo, he was finally completed. During October, I was working at the weekend event with my model club, and right next to my test track was a dual gauge 009s layout. Of course, the next day, on the Sunday, I brought in every single engine I would have loved to get attention. That being Gubbin, Aegis, and Dante. Everyone seemed to enjoy the models, as I had fun presenting them to a public audience. But as soon as I put Dante down on the track, I noticed one of his nameplates just vanished. It turns out the glue I used wasn't really glue, it was just kind of a temporary solution, something. It was sticky enough to hold him down, but apparently the trip from home to the hall was too much for it to handle and it popped undone. Thankfully we found the nameplate and it just kind of rested in one of the trucks I brought along. But that meant Dante had to be on a very specific angle so nobody would notice that he was half unbranded. Other than that, it was fun. Everyone enjoyed themselves, Dante got a lot of attention, and after that event, every time I brought Dante to the club to run him around or just present and make him look cool, everyone was really excited to see him. They were like just picking him up, looking around. I think it's just because he was a Bagnall and no one's really been seeing that since it's all Backman and 3D prints. But yeah, everyone loves Dante, and I'm honestly really glad that I went through the effort of building him. Eventually though, Dante's pickups failed again, which was really upsetting to me because for like a week I was sat constantly trying to jumpstart him using 9-volt batteries and running him on my loops. Eventually though, I asked my friend Mr. Judge about what the hell Dante's problem is, and he pointed out it was a pickup issue. So I took a look, ripped him off his chassis, and I noticed that his front left pickup had rode high onto the flanges. I literally poked it with my hand, or well, my finger I should say, and it just worked, and I am still really mad at him because of that. But Dante works, and I would have probably have scrapped him if he didn't. That would have been a fun alternate universe, but here we are. And now just some small fun facts, because I feel like people should get to know Dante since he's technically my second most popular character. In canon, Dante was a mid-Sodor railway engine in the 1917, I would say. I need to check that. He was number 2 at the time because he was the predecessor to Stanley. And once he arrived, Dante stayed for a year and was sent off to other contracting work when he eventually ended up at the Harbour Port. His number is a reference to the date that I built him, being 5625, which is the 5th of June 2025. I honestly couldn't think of a number for him, and since he was my sentimental piece at the time, I thought, why not? I don't think any of the Bagnalls went for a specific numbering order, so it kind of leveled out. I'm happy with it. And just through one more little bit of evil law breaking, it is half canon, not fully because I think Ryan would kill me, that Dante is canon to the Nettle Garden Railway, because by a technicality he did sort of work there during like the beginning of the layout's construction. So Dante is the cool guy that shows up every 6 years, which in retrospect would also mean that Garden Railway's canon to the Harbour Port, and it's just a mess, and I don't know why I do this to myself, but here we are. And that will do it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I really hope that older Vera doesn't sue me, because this was very much highly inspired by them. And if you would like to see another model that I have built, put it in the comments and I might actually continue this, because this was actually fun to just sit and ramble. Alright then, I will see you all later, and goodbye for now.
Is Japanese a hard language? Soki tandaki do.